Alright, welcome to my channel. This is Lock Chuck. What I'm working on today is this Ingersoll 10 lever padlock made in England. I have already, for the speed of the video, I have already driven out the roll pin for the shackle. But I do want to kind of discuss the way this works. It does have 10 levers, 5 on each side that are opposing. And it uses a sidebar that once those levers are in the correct gates, that sidebar is allowed to drop out of the way and allow the core to turn. So let me see. All right. So here, whoop, 2 ball bearings went shooting across the table. All right. So let me pull the key out and get the retaining cover off. So here is the actual. Oh, I keep forgetting to turn this on. All right. So there is the actual levers. There's 2 in each little slot here, and they're opposing. So when the key goes in, you'll start seeing those levers move according to the bitting. And then once the key's all the way in, the bitting is lined up, and this sidebar is allowed to drop flush with the core, and it's allowed to rotate, because otherwise it's sitting in this little groove here that prevents it from rotating until it's able to drop down. So that's the basics of it. It's just you have to get in here and with your pick and get on each lever, and there's pushing down, but then you got to flip your pick over and then go to the, let's see, it's hard to do holding this in my hand, but then see, all right, there we go. I think that one's moving where you can see it. There we go, there's one moving. And then finding the lever is sometimes a little bit hard. But anyway, let me get this back together in the vise and we'll start picking. Okay, so I got it back together and in the vise. It's locked back up. So let me apply some tension and try to get this picked. All right. I'm already starting off wrong pick. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to find each lever and just pushing it down if it's, seeing if it's springy. If it's not springy, trying to push it down and feel until it gets into a gate. This one does like to bind. The first few are lever 1 on both top or left and right, top or bottom, however it's termed. So those 2 feel set. I'm just going to refer to it top and bottom because that's the way I'm picking right now. I feel like number 3 on the top. Set. Going back to the bottom, 1 still feels set. 2 doesn't feel set, but it's springy. 3 gave a nudge, but it's still springy. One of the hardest things with this lock is determining where you're at. Because that feels like 1 and it feels set. Two feels kind of springy, so I'm gonna leave it. 3 feels really springy. 4 springy, of course. 5 is springy. 1 still feels set. 2's binding. Feel like I got 2 set on the bottom. 3 got a lot of spring, but it's not like springy. So I'm thinking it may be set. 4 on the bottom is binding. Just got a click out of it, and now it's kind of bouncing on the gate. I can find 5. 5's really springy, so it's not ready. Going back to the top. 1's still springy, or set. 2. 2's got me questioning. Does it feel set? The way it's bouncing, so I'm gonna leave it for right now. 3 is springy. 4. And 5 feels springy. So if I don't feel anybody else feel like they're set, I'm gonna check number 2 on the top. All right, 3 feels like it come out of the gate. There, it went back in. Feels like it's set on the bottom. So it's real hard to sometimes tell. Okay. Yeah, got a little click, and now that one just loosed up, and I felt a core move, so that's a good sign. So maybe it was number 2 wasn't set. So now I can't get past 3 with that hook, so I'm gonna switch back to medium. Feels good. All right, 4 feels like it's binding. I'll give it a push. All right, a little bit more movement on the core. And all right, let's go back to the bottom again. It's just a game of checking everybody. Five feels like it's binding in the back on the bottom. All right, just got a little bit of a click and some core movement. So we'll go straight to the back. See if I can find 5. Make sure it's filled. One. 2 feel like it may have bound up. Switch back picks. 1's clicky or loose. 2's bouncing. 3 is bouncing. 4's bouncing. Let's see, 1. Hardest part, like I said, sometimes the hardest part is finding the right. 2, 3, has very little movement in it. It is clicking, so I'm going to leave it. And 5 is springy, so we'll leave that. Two is springy. 3 is springy. 4 is bound. And we're open. It was number 4 on the top was holding me up. So we are open. I'll go ahead. I've already showed you the core, but I'll go ahead and take it out so that way you know. There's no modifications. Didn't remove the gasket or anything like that. So there's the 2 screws. There's that. And the housing should, now that it's turned, drop right out. If I can get a hold of it. There we go. There's the ball bearings down at the bottom. There's two of them. And there's all the levers, because you cannot easily take this part apart. So, yeah. There's all the springs. And there is, where did I do the key? There's all the levers. This is so cool. Watch. Yeah, all of them moving. Yep, lining up. All right. Thanks for watching.